community engagement and practice, which was one of the base framework on community radio. How is community radio different from public service broadcaster or others who are actually looking at development as an agenda or a goal? So we started looking at the involvement and engagement of community, and on that some of the points that came up were participation, relevance, need to serve the underserved within that geographical space, non-partisan, not-for-profit, inclusive, transparent, and opportunity to make decisions. So these came up as elements of community participation, and we thought that we need to reflect a little bit more on how it could actually form a generic guideline. And we thought that it is important to reflect on these terms and try to look at the existing policy. And before the policy, we needed to look at whether, like what Ram said, was it structured around the whole framework of rights? Was there a constitutional framework that could help community radios to reflect? Are community members aware of some of these fundamental right to speech and expression? So we thought that we should start framing some of these concepts while defining the ethical practices. And I had then structured a small document for circulation to all the participants, and we convened a workshop in December 2011, followed by another workshop in October 2012 to bring a better understanding on this. So the document has subsections that we created, which was, one part of it was policy compliance, and like what Ram mentioned, and I concur with what his philosophical level thoughts are, that policy compliance is only one of the subcomponents of an ethical framework, and the fact that we run and manage stations as community practitioners, we need to have a framework that goes beyond ourselves and our own institutions, whether it's a NGO or an institution or a trust or a hospital, whichever is running it, that this framework should be agreeable to everybody. So there's a lot of consultation that is a prerequisite to any process of reviewing whether we are following a code of ethics or not. So something that gets articulated in a document itself is not enough. And this also emerged in our consultation, and which Supriya mentioned yesterday about the need to reflect on this concept of social audit. Does our community whom we are serving know, understand and accept what we do as the right thing? Are we constantly referring to their assessment of us as practitioners or as custodians? And to really outline that we are custodians of a resource and we are enablers. So some questions that came up as a part of this process, in which we had two partners whom we worked with, Chandeni Ki Awaaz in Madhya Pradesh and Radioactive in Bangalore, who tested these ideas through participatory workshops. We met with the community members, the volunteers, the staff, and then they started formulating questions that they need to ask to understand this framework. So there was a set of questions that emerged, which then got crystallized into what is a series of questionnaires that centers around the following items: technical capabilities, management committee, marketing, infrastructure, financial management, policy understanding, content review, appraisal and evaluation methods, grievance redressal mechanism, and licensing processes and renewal processes. So basically, if we want to structure an ethical practice into self-regulation, or if we want to do a reflection, we need to have some benchmark tool, something that will help us see if we have worked well or not. So we thought a set of questions could be asked and people could actually examine themselves, look at areas of their strength, look at areas of their weakness, score themselves, rate themselves where they stand, and identify areas where they need to strengthen. So instead of somebody else auditing us, it should be us auditing ourselves, and we have some framework which will guide us. Now what is this framework? Is it carved in stone? No, like what you said, ethical practice is also something that is very dynamic, something that is reflective. As we get better and better collective understanding of something, we will reframe what we think we know. And this process has to be systematically documented perhaps so that others can learn from how this evolution has happened.
At the country's level and at the international level. So a gathering like this is typically the type of thing that we like to have in order for us to share with colleagues from different settings with different experiences. So I would just like to say how much I'm pleased to be here and to take you all. As for the topic, this is the problem with when you intervene after so many bright people. They would have said everything which you intended to say. So I will just, because my first approach was to discuss the whole approach with ethics and regulation, self-regulation. Why regulation at first? And why ethics, how ethics, and then how do we do self-regulation? Just quickly. So ethics, I agree with Rand, is basically about values. This is a set of values, moral values, that a person, an individual, organization, or group decide to have to adopt as their own, and more importantly, to implement. And why regulation? And why regulation of the media? Again, I agree with what Ram said, is there is a correlation with freedom, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Each freedom, of course, goes with a responsibility. In this case, the responsibility, freedom of expression goes with responsibility of regulating, of good practice. So I guess we all agree. However, I would propose that it has a specific meaning when it comes to community radio. Regulating community radio, self-regulating community radio is a bit different from, say, regulating public broadcasters, self-regulation for public broadcasters. Why? Because of this very specific nature of community radio. Community radio being about precisely transparency, accountability, integrity. That's why when you reflect on how then self-regulation, you definitely have to start with the community. The community radio broadcaster, having the special responsibility towards the community, has to start there, has to regulate itself what it does, what it broadcasts to the community, and how it relates, more than broadcast itself, how it relates to the community as an institution. It has to, for example, be very transparent vis-a-vis the community in all aspects, with its management, its finances, its even process, how the reporters go to the community. This has been emphasized years ago by Louis in his famous book, How to Do Community Radio. Already he discussed that point at length, so I will not dwell on very long, I will just refer you to it. And then you have, well, the basics of any regulation, which is tell it like it is, I mean the truth, research your sources, be truthful, and don't manipulate the audience. So those are the basic things. Now, I would rather discuss maybe longer how do we implement self-regulation then? And I would suggest that we consider, as I said earlier, since we have the two-level regulation. Self-regulation is about the community, it's about the audience, and it's about at large the country. So I would suggest that we deal with it at those three levels. At the level of the station itself, yes, I think it's Ram again who has mentioned the necessity to have, you call it a code. I would call it a charter. The charter being just a set of rules that every single community radio decides that these are our own rules and we will apply it everywhere all the time. How do you go about setting those rules? It should not come out of the blue. It is something which should be participatory. It should be an exchange with the community. After that exchange, then you have those set of rules, which, by the way, should be very visible. It should be pasted at every angle of the station that everybody sees. You know, and this is the only way. If not, we'll come up with something which is not accepted and which therefore cannot be enforced. Thank you.
I just want to add to that. I know that this participatory thing is like